the crisis is just so imaginable. It's just the crisis of our times right now. So are you going to be one of those companies or individuals that kind of sits and laments and watch, or are you going to get up and do something? And, you know, the TripAdvisor Charitable Foundation was able to make the largest grant that we've done so far.
Where does that money go?
It goes to such great organizations like the IRC, who are on the ground in all of these hotspots doing wonderful stuff. If you get a generation of these refugees growing up in the camps, you're setting the seeds for disaster coming down the road. How about the educational needs? How about the basic humanitarian needs that just need to be addressed by government, and we feel the private sector can play a very active role.
David, this has been a growing problem. It's been building. You've joined us on the set in the past to talk about it, but where do things stand right now? Have we made progress? Are things getting better, or is the amount of conflict that's taking place in the world right now just overwhelming even the best efforts?
Well, I think two things are happening. First, the political inertia is being broken. You're seeing leading politicians, but also leading corporates stepping up and beginning to address the magnitude of the crisis. That's not just true in the US, it's also true in Europe and elsewhere. The second thing that's going on is the wars are carrying on. My own organization lost a pharmacist and 5 patients in a hospital in southwestern Syria in a bombing raid a month ago. You've obviously had this appalling incident 36 hours ago of a UN convoy being bombed. So the work that's being done to mitigate the worst aspects of the civil wars is more intense and has got greater support, but the fundamental political problems are driving these numbers of people, now 65 million people around the world displaced by violence. And the choice, I think Steve has put it in a really clear way. If we don't address the problem, then it's going to get worse, and obviously it's lapped up onto the shores of Europe already.
What's happening right now in terms of people being able to move out of these camps? I get the sense that some of these people have been stuck in these camps for years.
Look, the vast bulk of people are stuck in poor countries. It's countries like Lebanon, Jordan, but also Kenya, Ethiopia, Afghanistan, Pakistan. A very small number come to the US. So far, the US has resettled about 15,000 Syrian refugees over the last 5 years, compared to over 1 million in Lebanon, 2 million in Turkey, 800,000 in Germany. And the US, by the blessings of geography, can choose which of the refugees come here after significant vetting, and that's why you had such a reaction yesterday.
Can you speak to the economics of what you do? Meaning, what does it cost you on the ground to do what you're doing? What does it cost you to take somebody and resettle them somewhere else? I mean, just speak to those costs.
Yeah, so we helped about 23 million people around the world last year. The work we do is the most basic health, water, sanitation, protection of kids, education. That 23 million people, in very broad terms, cost about $500 million, give or take. And that's the work that we do internationally. Obviously, the cost of getting water on a mass scale is lower than the cost of flying someone over here and then resettling them in a new life.
And trying to set them up to make sure
to set them up, although, remember, they then become workers here. Right. So for the people that we resettle in the US, the figure for Syrians, within 6 months, 81% were in work, paying taxes, supporting themselves within 6 months of arriving here.
Hey CNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Here you're going to find videos packed with all of the information that you need to be smarter about your finances. You can subscribe by clicking right here and click on all the videos around me or the I right here to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.